Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this is a thrill for me because I have long awaited the arrival of this model in my studio. Launched in 2024 and the winner of the GPHG Equidol in 2024, this is the IWC Portugieser Eternal Calendar reference 5057-01 in platinum. This watch won what is effectively Best Picture at the Oscars of Watchmaking, Equidol with a golden needle at the GPHG. And this watch is aesthetically spectacular, although it does have a 45 million year moon phase and a perpetual calendar that's good through at least the year 3999. It really is the aesthetic of this dial and case which I believe vaulted the watch towards the biggest prize in watchmaking. I think the aesthetic of this watch is 90% of its appeal, and it's big, as Portugiesers tend to be. 44.4 millimeters in diameter, 15.5 millimeters thick, 53 millimeters from lug to lug with the 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. I'm not actually sure that I can wear this watch. At more than 44, it's big, and I do feel like it's got a near big pilot presence on the wrist. 53 lug to lug is quite large. My wrist is 16, and I'm going to let you decide whether I have the smallest wrist that can wear this watch or the biggest wrist that cannot. I think if your wrist is 17 centimeters circumference, you're going to find this wears just fine. Now here's the surprise, because it seems almost a third of the thickness of this watch is the sloped sapphire. You could probably slip this underneath a dress cuff. If you've got a big wrist, you probably got a big cuff, and this might slide under a sleeve. In any event, you're fine with the jacket sleeve. It will slide underneath that. The strap has a sense of occasion to it. Woven blue calfskin leather. You can see there's a monotone blue stitch, a contrasting gold binding stitch. There is some bolstering to give it thickness. Sheer cut and blue lacquered for refinement on the underside. Conventional black calfskin, IWC factory strap, no crimping, no gouging. Taking a look at the buckle, like the watch, the buckle is made of platinum. Proboscis fuchsia, good solid watch made in Schaffhausen. You'll also see it on the crown of the watch, and it's a friction fit system, so a snap shut. You can see outside we have media blast, we have polish, and we have satination. And then you go inside, you can see media blast and polish. And it looks like that buckle is made by Cornu. Unrock is Cornu, the manufacturer, spelled backwards. Taking a look at the case now. We should talk about the origins of the Portuguese or the Portugieser. It's Portuguese if you say it in English. If, like those who make these in Schaffhausen, Switzerland, you speak German, you would call it the Portugieser. Now, the watch was first built as a request for the Portuguese importers of IWC in 1939. They wanted a wristwatch that was as accurate as a pocket watch. At the time, bigger movements were more accurate. So the only way to answer the call was to purpose build an oversized wristwatch. Not an officer's watch, not a pocket watch conversion, but a purpose-built, oversized wristwatch to house an IWC pocket watch caliber. I think it was 74 initially, the caliber 74. And so the first purpose-built, oversized watch was created, and the Portugieser became something of a legend, although only infrequently produced through the IWC Jubilee year of 1993, after which it became a regular offering in the catalog. So this watch represents the Portugieser Perpetual Calendar subfamily that's been evolving since the early 2000s, with, I believe, the 5021 is the first of that family. And this right here is a fascinating watch in that we start with platinum, then we move inboard where we have an enormous vaulted glass box crystal over an elevated white lacquered flange outboard. Now, the individual sub-registers are separate discs that are first machined and then placed by hand. All of the numerals are rhodium plated and placed and aligned and fixed by hand. And you can even see the little feet that allow, especially under the 7, that allow these numerals to sit in place. The hands, which are leaf style, likewise are rhodium plated for a brilliant white sheen to match the platinum of the case. Now, the underlying base dial is actually a piece of sapphire, and it has been frosted on its reverse side and then white lacquer coated. So we have this upper glass box, then we have this incredible white lacquered flange outboard that overhangs, and then we have this primarily crystalline dial that is lacquer on its bottom. It's frosted and white lacquered on its bottom, but it's primarily sapphire. And then we have these individual discs for the subregisters, along with a spectacular Grand Doge or barleycorn guilloche for the moon phase and the Antipodean moon phase. So functions here worth mentioning. Well, we've got a power reserve indicator right here for the 7-day automatic winding power reserve. We have a moon phase that is precise to 45 million years, which is literally tens of millions of years after the Earth will be destroyed by its dying sun. And then the perpetual calendar is correct through the year 3,999. And you may ask, why not 4,000? Because it's not clear at the moment whether that is going to be a leap year. And the premise here is that the watch has a movement that is able to do what most perpetual calendars cannot, which is to factor in 3 leap years for every 4 centuries, which is how the Gregorian calendar works. We just don't have projections as far out as 4,000, according to IWC. You can also see some of the underlying mechanism. It's still the IWC Kurt-Klaus system. Note that the small seconds right there is a hacking mechanism, so you could stop it. And you have a 45 million year moon phase, and then you have the ability to set the watch to the second. So those are probably the most disparate intervals settable on any watch ever made. Not only do you have the stop seconds, but you've got the quick set system. So every single display, date, month, moon phase, even the year and the decade, are automatically adjusted. All you have to do is set the correct day for the month you're in, and it does all the math for you. You don't need to look up the moon phase. It does all that. It's the IWC Kurt-Klaus perpetual calendar system that first debuted back in 1985, created by IWC watchmaker Kurt-Klaus. This is the most refined version of it. So heritage Portugieser elements include the small seconds, the leaf hands, the vertically arrayed Arabic numerals, the chemin de fer railroad track scale for the minutes, and the blended integrated form follows function type lugs, polished lug hood, satin caseband. Turn it all over. We have an enormous movement, caliber 52640, so twin barrels with phased mainsprings for a super flat torque curve and thus very consistent timekeeping for the 7 days of power reserve. A full ceramic wheel and pawl IWC Albert Peloton designed winding system, a legacy of the great mid-century IWC watchmaker Albert Peloton. His use of a eccentric-based, pawl-based winding system was the progenitor of every pawl-based bidirectional winding system to come after, especially the micro magic lever system, which is a little bit finer and tinier, but still based on Peloton and created by Seiko, famously used on all of its watches. That was a derivative of the Peloton winding system. Now, a few changes over the years with these caliber 5000 series watches, which are now up to 52,000 here. You've got the twin barrels. You've now got a 4 hertz beat rate rather than a half bridge. You can see we have a dual anchored balance bridge structure. We've got an overcoil hairspring for concentric breathing in every position, regardless of the position on the wrist or the dresser. The watch will keep good time. You've got the free-sprung architecture, which you can see all the adjustments are done. We'll stop the balance. The adjustments are done using pairs of screws in the rim of the balance that move in and out horizontally opposed to make fine timing changes. It is an enormous movement, 38.2 millimeters in diameter, probably the largest automatic winder ever made. You can see the rose gold medallion in the rotor. We have both polished and blued screws. We have stripes. We have bevels. We have satination. We have engine turning and perlage. There's a lot to appreciate here. While the finishing is primarily mechanical, it is neatly executed and handsome. And you may not have expected this, 50 meters water resistant. Can you believe that? Doesn't mean you should go swim with it, but with the dress watch standard being 30, it's a bit of a surprise to find 50 on a hardcore high horology complication. This is really setting the pace for IWC perpetual calendars. I'd say it's only equal in the catalog right now is probably the new Pro set, which is bidirectional, but for sheer capability and longevity, this has the legs to outrun any perpetual calendar. Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.